Welcome to the Wisdom Curve podcast, where we pull wisdom from the lessons life made us earn.
Life taught the lesson, wisdom made it curve.
This is Rod Earl, your favorite life lessons coach. Wisdom is learning that every delay is not denial. Sometimes life is protecting you while it prepares you. Let me tell you a story. There I was standing in front of the classroom on the first day of school, preparing to teach my first class of seventh graders. I had no experience teaching. I didn't know how to make a lesson plan. Hell, I didn't even know how to start the day. The only thing louder than the door closing when the last student came in was the sound in my chest. I was terrified. I remember I sat in my car at the end of that day alone as tears filled my eyes while I talked to myself like, they don't know me. These are just kids. I can do this. You can do this. Trying to say everything I could to keep my head up. Fast forward 2 years later, and I was burnt out beyond explanation. Daily headaches, my voice gone by October, and nightly stress-filled rant sessions with my wife became the norm. See, I was in the inner city teaching extremely smart but challenging kids. However, I lived about 30 minutes away in the suburbs. The type of place that if you forgot to lock your door at night, you didn't really freak out about it. It just so happened that one of the middle schools in my community was a 10-minute walk from my front door. Needless to say, that is where I wanted to be. After fighting through over about 700 candidates at the county fair, smiling, cheesing, showing all my teeth and shaking hands and hearing, "Thank you for coming, we'll be in touch," I landed an interview at the middle school that was 10 minutes away from my house. This is what I wanted. Before I got in my car after that interview, the principal called my phone. The principal says, "We're looking for a certain person, and you're that person. We're not looking any further." My heart stopped long enough for me to catch my breath, I guess. Well, remember I said delay. So, about 3 weeks before school ended that school year, that same principal called me. He was hesitant this time. He talked a lot slower. He, was really low. "Mr. Earl, the district moved somebody else in the position. There's really nothing that we could do. I hope you understand." Again, my heart stopped. I didn't realize how my head was so low in my car until the back of my neck started hurting. God was punishing me. Why is it that everybody else was getting what they wanted? Why is it that I couldn't leave? Why was everyone else getting the job and I was stuck? In due time, though, I landed a job in that county at a different school, a different middle school, a tougher school than the one I couldn't get. Wow. That guy's amazing with the kids. Show me how you do that. Can I come and shadow you in your classroom? You need to be in leadership. Those remarks became the norm in my new school. I had been focusing on what I wanted so bad, where I wanted to be so much that I didn't realize that God had me right where I needed to be. When I finally landed the job in the place I wanted, I was ready to shine. I was ready to lead, to be an asset, like God knew I could be, and how He wanted me to be. I wouldn't change the delay I experienced because being in the fire made me so much better than those that never experienced it. The reason I'm telling you this story is because sometimes we'll become impatient with things in the way that they're moving, but we have to remember that it could be protection or preparation for your future. This is Rod, the Wisdom Curve Podcast. See you next week.
Life taught the lesson. Wisdom made it curve.